Hey everybody, it's Jennifer Labre and I'm here today with a brand new card. Today we're going to be using the Flowering Desert stamp set. This is of course one of my favorite sets since I do live in Arizona where we have lots of cactuses and beautiful foliage. So we're going to use this set today. This is the card that we're going to make. It's a very simple, easy card, especially for beginners. As you can see, it's You're So Awesome. And then the inside of the card is just a simple saguaro. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is grab a sheet of old olive cardstock. We're going to cut it in half horizontally and score it at 4 1/4. This will be our card base. Give it a good crease with our bone folder. And we'll set that aside for right now. Then we're going to grab a sheet of Whisper White. This is just a half a sheet. And we're going to be using the rectangle stitched framelits dies today. These are in the New Occasions catalog. They are so much fun. I love these. Let me show you them quick. I do have the ones I'm using already pulled out. But as you can see, there's lots of options for your rectangles. And to give that stitched look. It's great. So we're going to use those today as well. Now, as I said, I've already got the ones pulled out that I'm using. I've got the very largest rectangle stitched one, and we're going to do this for our background for stamping. And then I've got 2 more that we're going to use for the sentiment. One for the sentiment and then one for layering behind it. Okay? And we're going to just do that on a scratch sheet of old olive. If I can find that here. So I've just got a scratch sheet of old olive. We'll do that. And then I've got one more sheet of Whisper White cardstock. This is for the inside of the card. So it's 5 1/4 by 4 inches. Okay, so that's just cut. We'll set that aside for right now. Let's grab our scissors and do some cutting. Okay, we got our scissors here. We got our white cardstock with our largest die. We'll just turn that over. I'll put this down here. Run it through. This one's a little tough to run through. I'm not sure why, but it works. There you have your largest rectangle stitched shape. Would you love the stitches on it? I do. Okay, we'll set that aside. We're going to grab our smallest rectangle die. Oh, I just dropped one. And we'll use the same cardstock for that. Run that through. There we go. There you have it. And then we'll grab the next size up and the old olive cardstock. And there is that one. And if you look at what's left over, doesn't that look like it'd make a cool frame? I think so. So we're gonna save that. Okay, we're done with the scissors. And now we can do some stamping. Okay, today's colors are going to be Old Olive, Garden Green, and Flirty Flamingo. So we're going to start with the old olive. And we'll grab our saguaro stamp, which is the large cactus. And grab a block to put it on. There we go. Clean that off. Using our chamois. Actually, we're going to stamp on the inside piece right away too. And you know, I hadn't thought of it, but we could have done this one as a stitch shape as well for the inside. That's okay. I'm just going to stamp this one off to the side. And we'll set that aside. Okay. Next up is the large round cactus. Not sure what these are called, if they're called barrel cactuses or I'm not sure. Haven't lived in Arizona long enough to learn that, I guess. We're going to use our garden green for this one just to give it a nice different hint of color. And I don't mind those blotches. I think that's something with the stamp because it's done it on all of my impressions so far. But if you mind it, then maybe use the Stamparatus so you can restamp it. Okay, and then we'll grab this little one here. Let's grab a little block. And it's just about building your cactus. You can really build it any way that you want. So, there we go. And then I just wanted to add some color, so we were going to add some blossoms with the Flirty Flamingo. Okay, and then we'll add some cactus blossoms to the cactus, or the saguaro. There we go. All right, and then for our sentiment, we're going to use the Memento Tuxedo Black. Let's just put this to the side right now, and we'll grab our sentiment piece. And for this one, I'm using the You're So Awesome, but you could certainly use any sentiment you wish. Just line it up there. There we go. These photopolymer stamps really stick very well. If you haven't noticed already, I don't know if they did something different to these or not, but they're sticking pretty good. Okay, now it's time to assemble. So we'll grab our old olive base for the back of the sentiment, and we're going to use just snail adhesive for this today. I'll center that right on there, or try and center it. Okay, we'll put that right on our stamped piece. There we go. This goes on the front of the card base. And then the inside. There we go. There is your card. As I said, it's a very simple card, just some stamping and some cutting. Very easy. So, hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. As always, feel free to check out my blog at jenniferlabre.com for all the products that I used, as well as the promos going on with Stampin' Up. Lots of great stuff going on this quarter for Stampin' Up. We have celebration going on where you can earn lots of free products. So feel free to contact me if you have any questions. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.